it is.
I would never do my own research. Like a bad person?
No, for the fans.
Wait, are you telling people to do their own research? I didn't know there's this kind of podcast.
This is a conspiracy theory podcast. She didn't tell you?
Don't do research.
Don't do
Don't
research.
be doing that.
It's illegal in most states. You can't be doing
Did you
research.
ever have, how old are you again?
42.
Have you ever heard that in your whole life?
Not till recently.
I mean, I've never, it's not like I read it in WWE magazine or something.
Yeah.
It was in Forbes.
Yeah.
That's like,
Forbes
Yeah.
is telling me and I quote, you must never do your own research.
Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everyone. My name is Isaac Abrams. I'll be your host today. Today's very special guest, we have comedian, writer, producer, and philanthropist, Mr. Kurt Metzger. How are you, sir?
Thank you. And thanks for mentioning my philanthropy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't bring it up, but.
Yeah. Most people that come on the show have dabbled in philanthropy, and I value your time so much, and you're giving it so freely that I feel like you're a philanthropist.
I feel like I am. Well, not for that. I mean, I'll do any podcast. I don't know. That's philanthropy to me. But just in my life, I feel like I'm a very philanthropic.
Yeah. Right off the bat, let's plug everything you got. Where can we find you?
Well, Kyle, okay, so my podcast is called Can't Get Right. Which I don't even recommend it, to be honest. It's not a good podcast. And Kyle Dunnigan Show I do with Kyle Dunnigan.
That's right.
On his channel on YouTube. And then Jimmy Dore Show.
Yeah.
Also on YouTube.
A lot of YouTube.
Dude, I had no idea. YouTube even like, this is like not the good days of YouTube even, but I had no idea you could do, I had no idea what you could do.
Yeah. I had, who was it the other day? He was one of like the first 1,000 YouTubers. Yesterday's guest. Mike Falzone was here yesterday. He was one of the first. He was doing like acoustic songwriting stuff and covers. That voice that you hear in the background is our booking producer, Monterey Martinez.
Shows Mike all about Mike Falzone.
Yeah. That's why we wanted you to come.
She's our nation's foremost Mike Falzone
expert. Yeah. I got some hard-hitting questions that I want to hit you with right off the bat.
Yeah.
So, excuse me if I treat this witness as hostile, but I want to know why the fuck gas is so expensive and what the fuck you're going to do about it.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason it's so expensive is we put a fucking sanctions on Russia, who are, it's an international oil market, and they're a member of OPEC Plus. It's called OPEC Plus now.
Yeah.
Because it's plus Russia. And now we're still buying their oil, but it goes through a couple of whatever markets first, and they pass the savings on to you. And basically punched ourselves in our own dick with that. And Russia's gas is now cheaper than our gas.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Now, as far as what I'm going to do about it, I honestly haven't driven for probably 20 years. I was living in New York the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I live kind of close to the Comedy Store, and I just been like, I just take lifts or something.
So you're doing your part.
I mean, I'm sure I'm paying for these greedy Lyft drivers gas.
Yeah.
I can't see anything above the person I'm paying, so I get mad at them.
Directly, each individual driver.
I can't look at the big picture. I only look at the Lyft driver in front of me, and I yell at them, and they can yell up the chain.
Yeah. And have you found that they are yelling up the chain on your behalf or no?
No, I don't yell at them. They're out here. I almost, dude. Is Clubhouse still a thing?
I heard it was dead.
Okay, that's what I thought. But what I didn't know is all these people that drive, especially like from other countries that drive Lyfts or Ubers or whatever. Because from being in New York, when it was yellow cabs, like 1 out of 9 cab drivers, it sucked, the yellow cab system. Okay?
Yeah.
But 1 out of 9 would be somebody from some other country who would be very interesting and tell you some wild shit that you never heard. Like the whole time I was there, 1 out of 9.
Yeah.
I would talk, and then so it's with Lyft guys, it's a lot like this. So especially they're from other countries that were like bombing and all that kind. So if you know anything about any of it, they're delighted that you know about it. Mm-hmm. And this guy told me they're on Clubhouse. I almost want to start a show where I just talk to drivers.
You just get in the chat, the Clubhouse
chat?
Because
I like asking them about it, because they'll tell you why. Like one guy explained Bulgarian gypsies to me one time. Like
sick.
Yeah, and the differences, and he goes, it's not like it was. I'm telling you, but Clubhouse.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody mention Clubhouse in a very long time.
I think it's what that means is it's not a white collar thing now.
Yeah, but it could be an inexpensive way for people from different countries to have a conference call.
It's probably still there. It's just not a thing that like.
It's no TikTok.
Yeah, it's no TikTok.
Yeah, are you on the TikTok?
No.
Yeah,
I'm not. What do you accuse? I'm not a pedophile, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm getting ready to delete my TikTok because I think it's listening to me.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's in the terms of service that it will listen to you whenever it wants.
Well, get in line to listen to me.
Yeah.
Do you know the last? I tweeted this, but I was thinking about it. The last non-surveilled part left on the earth.
Where's this?
The cell Epstein died in.
Wow.
Just so happened to be the last spot on earth,
Well,
not recording everything.
Right.
It should be like a landmark. Then you have you line up and you could experience being off the grid in the.
Everybody gets to spend an hour in the
Yeah,
cell.
then whatever you want, dude. No one's watching. You want to jerk off? You want to hang yourself? You want to hang yourself and jerk off?
There'll be no record.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes per person. There'll probably be a new site soon because they just assigned where Ghislaine's going, right?
Oh, well, I don't see. Oh, you know her name's not Ghislaine.
This is how much news I watch.
I found out that recently. I was embarrassed that her name.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's not Ghislaine. Are you
It's
sure?
way funnier.
Well, I've said it for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's Ghislaine. Yeah, I'm gonna say Ghislaine.
Yeah, of course.
I can't see get around saying Ghislaine. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let her keep breathing for very much longer. They're gonna get her settled and let everybody forget
Why?
about
Maybe
her.
she'll keep her mouth shut
Why risk it?
because she's legacy,
True. We might be able to get the client list out of her.
and she probably has something for just in case too.
She's got to have leverage. She's still breathing.
Yeah, I wonder. I think it's like just take your medicine and we won't kill you because, well, I don't know who they worked for. Nobody knows. What I think it is Mossad.
Really?
I think
Okay.
because, but if they did that, then all the other ones would also know or be cool with it or sometimes use it. There's no way it would just be. But I think it's that because that's who killed her dad.
Yeah.
So allegedly, I guess you got to say.
It is.
Are we under
alleged.
surveillance? Is this?
There's only 3 cameras on us right now.
Can you Epstein these cameras while I tell you what's really going on?
Yeah, I'll just add some digital scramble, and we'll blur your face.
But it's like some kind of blackmail. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I drank my coffee a bit too fast.
You okay?
I got so emotional about Ghislaine Maxwell's.
I tear up just at the thought. Here's my next hard-hitting question. I don't know if I'm going to.
That did hit hard though.
You inherit a farm. Are you going subsistence or large scale?
Wait, what does that mean?
Subsistence is like you grow everything you're going to eat. You grow all your fruits and vegetables, and you raise all your own livestock. Large scale is like I'm going to grow 600 acres of corn, and that's it.
So you're not accusing me of having inherited a farm. You're asking if I did, would I rather have subsistence farming or
Right. If you were gifted a farm today, would you choose subsistence, or would
who would choose subsistence farming?
A lot of people want to be back off the grid kind of stuff.
Well, listen. I'm not an Alaska Bush King or whatever that show is. I would choose the one that developed over thousands of years because it sucks so much doing the other one.
Yeah, going for the money. Large.
I'm going for the money, and then I'm probably gonna. I'll be honest, get out of farming.
Yeah, sell it for profit.
I wasn't super interested in farming either way, so that's why maybe if it was my calling, maybe I'd feel differently. I could see how you'd want a subsistence farm because you're about the farming.
Yeah,
but I'm not. It's not my first love.
This is my last one. If this one dies, I'm just going to go back to regular conversation shit.
I mean, there's not an audience here, so how will you know?
America's pastime. Bowling. What keeps you from going pro?
Me personally, or if you have an ambition to be a bowler?
You personally, with your...
I can't spin the ball that fucking way that you spin it to loop it. I can't do that.
Great. My vision for how this was going to go is different than how it's playing out. What brought you to LA from New York? How long have you been here?
I came here in 2016. I always used to come here
Sure.
But I had a job where I was like, I'm just gonna move here, so I came here like 2016, I think.
Yeah.
Roughly.
You had a writing job, right?
Oh yeah. Maybe I should have elaborated on. I had a writing job, so it was like, all right, I could probably get a place, and I used to stay with Ari Shafir when I would come here, and he used to live by the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I always had a fucking great time with him, so I was like, all right, I'll get a place like that, and also I never want to go back to New York.
Not even in the summertime?
No, in the summertime they do shows.
Yeah.
I meant live there.
Right. It's a play on everybody's like, oh, New York's great in the summertime. It's just freezing in the winter.
Yeah, I'll never ever again, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same.
But you love New York. You just hate like the.
It's fine. I mean, if you like being in a state of fight or flight all day, if that's good for you,
Yeah.
and like the hassles of getting weed, it's probably different now. It's probably easier.
Yeah, they
now
just
that there's
passed it, right?
cops.
I think they just went medical or recreational.
I mean, it's just ridiculous when I
Yeah.
come back to New York and have to hide like a rat.
Yeah. Plenty of rats there, too.
There's plenty of rats here, dude. There's some wild.
That's also true. There's rats everywhere you go.
Who's the guy with the piano that sings about LA songs all the time in all the movies? You know,
The Coldplay?
the guy who sings "I Love LA."
Oh, the one that played at the baseball games.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know.
You know Mike Falzone, but you don't know who that is. Oh, sorry, he wasn't in the first 1,000 of YouTube.
Guilty. Guilty as charged.
I vape.
I'm a vapor.
I hike. I vape. I take care of myself.
Do you vape on hikes? You're a
No,
hike
but
vaper.
legally I could if I wanted to.
That's true. You have that
You
freedom.
can't smoke on the hike though.
No, you can't.
In fact, I went up there because it's like at the hills. There's like a little bench thing, and a guy's standing there smoking. Like I don't know if it was a cigarette or just sitting there looking. And then I just see this guy smoking a cigarette, reading the sign about you can't smoke here because it could be a fight. It's
Yeah.
very dry brush, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That'll go up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you can smoke at a gas station safer than you could smoke there.
Yeah. Somebody, Chappelle Lacey, don't know if you know him, doesn't matter, posted he found a tarantula at Runyon Canyon yesterday.
A what?
A tarantula?
A tarantula?
A very large spider?
Oh fuck! I thought
It's
you
a
said
tarantula.
I was like,
It sounded like you said a tarantula.
I probably said it like that.
It sounds like the name of a tarantula. Tarantula?
Tarantula.
Do you know Tarantula the tarantula? Well, what's his name found one.
Yeah.
They're not. That's fine.
I've never seen one up there. I've seen snakes up there all the time.
ooh, I don't like snakes.
It was the size of my hand.
I see lumps of people's dog shit up there all the time. That's an
Yeah.
animal that
Yeah.
I'm more worried about than tarantulas.
People in LA cannot go anywhere without taking their purse dog.
Yeah, it's a.
Anywhere.
If you got a little one, Kyle, remember Kyle? You know Kyle Dunnigan, right?
Mhm.
So he's staying at some Airbnb while he was trying to sell his house, and like I can't remember where it was. He was paying a crazy amount, right?
Yeah, it was 3,500, and it's like this small.
For a garage, like a.
Oh no, it's tinier than that.
It was like
it's like one,
this, but
no,
not even.
smaller.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
then
one little bedroom and a bathroom, 3,500.
so
Wow.
some other guy, like an actor. He's like, I guess you'd say a Kyle level actor,
Yeah.
moved into the other room who had a pit bull that he wouldn't leash.
Wow.
So Kyle use that. Like if those purse dogs, and they're not on a leash, like maybe they'll shit somewhere, but
Yeah. They're not going to
you're
hurt you.
such an asshole to be a dude with a fucking pit bull. I mean, a chick with that's also not a lot better, but that's like a mark of being super unstable.
Yeah.
You think so, pit bull?
You might like if you want these, you might just be a lesbian or something that really knows pit bulls. Some dude with that has like a mental problem. Remember in New York when the guy they found he had a tiger in his bedroom and an alligator in
Yes.
his closet or his bathroom,
Man,
and he was like, "That tiger's my brother." When they arrested him,
that's my brother.
the police were called because neighbors heard low growling coming from the.
Wow. What if he was getting his meats from the same place the Tiger King was getting his meats?
Yeah.
I bet that
They
apartment
could've.
smelled fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah. They should
Both
make
the tiger and reptile part of the zoo together in an
Yeah.
apartment in New York.
Gwyneth Paltrow should make a new candle scent. That's just
Just tiger and.
It probably smelled
Tiger
even
and
better
ratchet.
than a pussy dipped in Gwyneth, a candle dipped in Paltrow pussy.
apparently that candle's supposed to smell good.
Yeah.
I'm not
Gwyneth
clear.
Paltrow, come on.
Well, okay.
I don't think it smells like her.
What's it called? It's like smells like my cunt or something.
I don't think she would use the word cunt.
Well, they
She's
like
blonde.
put asterisks or something. I don't think it's hers specifically. I think it's
Right.
just a general.
vagina.
Just a
yeah, and
waft.
her company just made it.
Have you heard that the kids now are they're calling it dapping?
What's
And-
that?
And they're taking a little bit of their personal scent from their vagina and dapping it on their neck.
A Don Lemon?
Is that what you call it?
No, that's why he got a harassment thing, because he like got a little balls and put it under some bartender's face. That's a Don Lemon. Sorry.
It just says, "This smells like my."
I've heard of
vagina."
that before, like a long time ago. I didn't know it was called dapping.
I just read it for the first time the other day. I'm sure it's existed for.
Hey kids, let me give a little secret. Get a little bit of Bumblebee down at the old grocery store and give yourself a little
heart attack. Yeah,
little Bumblebee tuna on each fucking lobe.
Bumblebee tuna.
Those gas station pills, man. I had one of those and a Red Bull.
Gas station pills?
I thought that was what you were talking about. The Bumblebee
caffeine
pills?
No, Bumblebee tuna for the scent.
For he's saying.
I'm on
A
board.
little bit of albacore.
I'm on board. Yeah,
Yeah,
here
yeah.
we
You thought
go.
what are Bumblebee pills?
Bumblebee pills are the erection pills that you sell at gas stations.
I've always, even as a young man, was afraid of those.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable with taking all kinds of drugs.
Sure.
And it was like, that looks like death.
Yeah, it's legal meth.
Wow.
And then if you drink caffeine on top of it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's I think they're like Yohimbe. Like almost all of them are that Yohimbe bark, and that shit's fucked up. Like ephedra was safer. That is hard to get now.
Yeah.
Or pseudoephedra, that everybody makes meth out of it.
Yeah, the reason why they lock up Sudafed now.
That's right. Yeah.
If you buy too much of it, you can make meth out of Sudafed.
Right. But have you ever had to take? So that's for like getting an erection or like keeping an erection.
I think it's both. It starts one and keeps it for a while.
Right.
But when you feel like you're gonna have a
Yeah,
heart attack,
because it's the fucking. Anyway, people do have heart attacks from those stupid fucking things.
yeah, I'm surprised they're allowed to sell them at the gas
People have
station.
heart attacks from prescribed Viagra and like.
That's also true. Yeah. Because the disclaimer at the end of every commercial is like, if you've had an erection for longer than 6 hours, please call your doctor. It's
Well,
like,
that's one thing, which is like I think pretty rare. But the thing that's like the common thing is like somebody I know they weren't taking their heart, whatever. And they had a stroke from it's like drinking alcohol, because you're not supposed to mix.
yeah.
All these things when they came out, besides being great for old dick, were great for drug addict dick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so now you're in the same thing of mixing some kind of shit.
Right. But that's the time to have fun after a couple cocktails.
Oh my god!
So
I'll tell you a terrible story.
I
of
love
when
terrible
I thought I was gonna
stories.
die. And I was in Ottawa. Ottawa's, I guess, the capital, right? And they were very like, it's like they're like nice Canadian, like almost PBS show Canadian kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like passive aggression,
Yeah.
but no like
Actual
full
aggression.
Yeah, and like I would never bring drugs in if you don't need to, and they're so hard on you if you ever just bring like weed that's legal that you can get there. That's why it's stupid to try to bring anything over a border. But I really wanted to get coke. I remember the employees, hang out and drink and all that shit with the people who work the club, and I was trying to get coke, and then they went and got coke, right? And I'm like, all right, cool, let's go do it. And they're like, oh, we don't do coke.
They just got it for you and they didn't do it.
They're just that nice. They're like, I'm like, oh, you're not even like. And I'm like, did I just put you in some weird danger with a Somali gang to fucking, hey, the coke for the guy? So I'm talking to them, and then some guy goes, I'll do coke with you, eh? Okay. He said, eh.
Yeah.
And this dude like stepped out of the shadows.
Lurches forward.
Yeah, and he was like a pretty athletic looking dude that was shorter than me, though. It turned out he was a Canadian pro football player.
Damn.
Did you ever see
Still
Canadian
playing?
football? At that time, yeah.
Is that in like the British sense of football, like soccer?
No, it's like American football, but it's the Canada League of Football, and
Wow.
like their yards are longer. I don't know football, but
It's metric.
it's like a longer field they run
Right.
on and some other shit, and they have their own, and it's like, being a star of Degrassi Junior High versus like,
right.
Canadian
football.
Drake now in America famous. So anyway, so he's some professional athlete football player. So I was in. They had given us the penthouse suite I had the penthouse suite. Oh, Tim. This other comic Tim was in the other room. Okay, and the penthouse was a laughable, like Canadian socialist idea of what a penthouse is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was like a trundle bed. I think. So, but we ended up coming back like super late at this hotel. I think Tim was forgetting Tim's last name. Tim was sleeping in the other room. I come in with this fucking, we're all boozed up and like coked up on this like probably not good, probably the most stepped on blow.
Yeah.
The most polite cocaine.
Yeah, we're just doing, and he's like, hey, let's get some whores, eh? I'm like, all right, like good idea, right? Now, that's by the way, what coke is like a drug that would make you be like, let's definitely get whores that I'm gonna somehow fuck with a condom on with my coked up dick.
Right. That
And
seems
there's
like a
no
great
connection to the waste of money and time that you at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, but I got it covered because my friend buddy had Cialis's. It's like when Viagra had upgraded to Cialis's, where
Yeah.
it's like, so you can wait when you're ready, like when you're with a Canadian football player.
Yeah.
You act out of your mind and you
You
want
can
to
take
get
it whenever.
whores.
Yeah. The minute you have a sexual thought, you're pitching a tent.
Okay. So I go and knock on Buddy's door and I'm like, dude, I need one of the Cialis's. We got whores. And Buddy goes like, and it's like 3 a.m. Like he was dead asleep. So I woke him up because I'm all fucking blissed up to give me one of his dick pills. But he gave it to me. Good guy, Buddy Bull.
Yeah.
So I took it. I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm not going to waste my Canadian silly colored money when the... So the girls... and then they show up like right after I took it, they showed up because it takes like a little bit to work. So one of them's kind of athletic looking, very tattooed, maybe like Lebanese or something, Canadian like that, And the other one's cute, like she's not like, I wouldn't say she's fat or anything, but she's like she was pretty,
Thick.
but that was right. But she wasn't like out of shape or something. But I just remember I was like okay with her.
She was sturdy.
Yeah, the other guy and the dude jumped on the tattoo one. So he goes to take the tattoo one, and Tim, the other comic who's asleep in his room, this fucking Canadian guy just goes in his room and he goes, hey, we're going to fuck on the end of the bed, eh? To
Wow.
Tim. I didn't find out till the next day. So he's in dead sleep, and he wakes up, and there's a fucking Canadian football player, which and this tattooed Lebanese whore, and he's saying, he must have thought he was dreaming. So...
Did he sleep through it?
No, he didn't go back to sleep the rest. In fact, I think he watched through a thing the whole time because he couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
So he starts fucking her on the floor, and he's saying everything in like, hey, let me not wear a condom, eh? And he's like, no, you gotta wear a condom. Like, and they're saying this in Canadian to each other, politely having a back and forth.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then so he's fucking her on the floor. So meanwhile, my dick doesn't work because I'm all junked out on the worst coke I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have to keep drinking to ease the terrible anxiety of this fucking awful cocaine, right?
Yeah. And the Cialis hasn't kicked in yet.
Okay. And this is like $100 Canadian. So what is it, like $35? Is it, So, and I remember where there was coke and I'm like, hey, you want some? She goes, oh, I don't do that stuff. The hooker said, I don't do that stuff.
You're getting judged by a Canadian hooker.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my stupid dick hard, or I don't even know if she was even doing anything yet. She was trying to. But here's what I'm realizing as this is happening. Besides, like all the we're like, oh great, like, and this other guy, by the way, is just pile driving his hooker in the corner. This chick kind of looks like my sister.
No.
Like if my sister put on a little weight.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons that it's
You
not
want to fuck
Right.
her.
It's not
so.
going to work.
Of course, I would normally want to fuck her if not for this coke. But it was like. So I think Tim, the other comic, he goes later where he was laughing about it. He goes, it looked like a bird pulling an earthworm out of the ground, like trying to. I think I like saw the, and then I don't know, it was like $1.60, but I just remember blue and like that neon money. And
So you never had sex with her? She just
She
jerked
was-
you off?
Kinda, yeah. And then she, on their way out, she pointed at the table. She goes, "Hey, that shit'll kill you, eh?" Pointed to the coke. So they leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, I guess I got a story. Like, because I just wasted on basically a simulated hand job from a fatter version of my sister. That's Canada for you. You want a semi-soft hand job from a heavy-set chick that looks like you're fat?
I can't believe the Canadian Tourism Board hasn't called you for that story.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Degrassi. And anyway, so they leave. So then time has gone by and they leave, and I'm like starting to feel not good because now the Cialis is kicking in. Okay, and I'm high out of my mind on coke, so I'm already up here,
Right.
and I can feel my fucking like blood going up the back of my head and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'm like, ah, shit. Oh, my dick's hard now. My dick's hard, and I'm gonna die.
Tim.
Like the dude just hanging out with doing. I'm like, dude, I think I'm gonna die. And the guy was like, by the way, this Canadian football guy was like very nice. Like, oh, you can be all right, man. This motherfucker had to hold my hand because I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh.
So I'm just sitting there with a rock hard dick, and like
Holding hands with a guy.
Yeah.
holding hands with a guy.
Yeah.
I think I had a towel on my head, like, and I remember that it was like a while, and then I like calmed down or whatever. I don't know whatever happened. I don't know what team he played for or whatever, but
What position?
that
was he,
was
like a big dude or like a running back or I mean like a
he
wide
was shorter
receiver?
than Isaac.
Oh, cool.
But like, if you think of a football player, I would think you start at my height and up. For,
Oh, at
like,
least,
shit,
yeah,
right?
for
Unless you're
professional.
like a quarter. What
So
do
he's
you?
probably like a wide receiver or something.
Their football's different, and the guys are smaller, and it's like. But I think they have to like work harder actually because of there's more field. I don't remember.
Yeah. I just learned about the existence of Canadian football about 13 minutes ago, so I can't help you with
I think
Any
I knew they
particulars?
had that, but
Yeah,
and
I
that's
ju-
the last time you took those pills?
Cialis? No, what are you talking about? I would say especially if you're not on drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't even know what you lost until you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I'm 46, so I've heard of shit where I can't believe it. People tell me about they get like a Viagra thing that injects into their dick hole.
Oh, yeah, with a needle.
It's not a needle.
Oh.
It's like a pastry
Like
frosting tube that you put in your, and it puts, and I'm like, and I was laughing about it, and one of the dudes that works, I can't remember his name, black guy, big guy, he then gave me this long medical explanation of how it works.
Wait,
And,
where
like,
does he work at the comedy store?
yeah, I can't
Guam?
remember his name. What?
Guam?
No, it wasn't Guam.
Ponytail? David Waite?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even think he ever used it. I think he just knew all about anyway, like, what the fuck? Like, where you got to be at that's like, I got to inject it right down my dick hole.
Yeah, that means you've tried the pills and they don't work.
Oh, you know what he told me? He said it's like probably better for you to do it that way. I think that's what he told me.
Yeah, then taking a pill.
Like that, if I had drip fed it into my dick instead of swallowed it, I maybe wouldn't have been as.
With a turkey baster.
I wonder if it's localized. Like if you squirt it
Yes,
in there,
it's not. Yeah,
it doesn't go through
it's
your
not-
heart and your
yes.
brain.
Right.
But I mean, that's my guess. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy that.
I was a doctor for a few years.
Oh.
And
And-
you did
yeah.
ACs.
And I was a apartment maintenance guy.
Yeah.
A doctor of maintenance?
Yeah, I was a doctor of air conditioners.
Yeah.
I plunged a lot of toilets. I worked in apartment maintenance before I moved here.
Damn. And then how photography
Uh,
and directing?
started my photography career in high school, just fucking around with my sister's camera, and then I was a tour manager for an '80s cover band for 3 years out of high school.
Oh, cool.
Learned how to shoot them.
Yeah.
Then I shot rock and roll while I was working at the apartment complex.
Got it.
Then I shot my own band when we moved out here.
What's rock and roll? What do you mean rock and roll?
Just shooting
The
band.
genre?
Right now, I specifically only shoot and tour with comedians, but I used to shoot and tour with musicians.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
similar styles. It's usually low light in the club somewhere. You all right?
Right.
You want a water?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. I got a nice venti coffee over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and get a dick full of liquid. liquid.
I'm definitely going to Google the application process for that
Yeah.
after this.
Oh, so that's why that joint I was smoking when I came in,
Yeah.
I got from the fuck is the name of my weed store? Calma or something. But
Calma. Yeah.
so I go in there, and then the guy, I always get sativa because it's for work, you know. And the guy, he goes, okay, well, I'll just tell you, our new chief visionary officer is Jay-Z.
Wow.
I was like, all right.
Just out of nowhere,
Some
just offers that up.
stupid fucking, what a dumb title. So, but whatever, I don't give a shit. So, like, I need a sativa. He goes, well, what we have is like this Jay-Z brand. He goes, we have a number 1 or a number 2 or a number 3. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want any like indicas. It's for my job.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. Like then I realized it was like a Starbucks, like trying to make you memorize a new Venti Grande system.
Right. Like medium, small.
And I was like, are you trying to fucking Starbucks me with the? I'm like,
right.
I started making fun of the whole place and the thing, and I said like I should be the chief suck my dick officer, and when people tell me you're stupid fucking.
So 1, 2, and 3 was small, medium, and large.
I don't know. I got the 1, okay, and the guy was like laughing, and I was like, "You work here, so you have to respect that." Like, I kept like reprimanding him, and anyway, fucking probably the best weed I've had in many years. I owe Mr. Z an apology for even.
What was so good about it?
It was like this smooth, sativa people feel paranoid. Mm-hmm. So whatever the hell they did, they must have blended enough of something indica where it's very mild. Like yerba mate caffeine versus coffee caffeine is how I would put it. It's a fantastic system. I'll be happy to memorize it, Mr. Z. I apologize. And
have you
I think I should suck your dick, officer. That's my response after trying the weed.
Well, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah.
It's.
I hope that Mr. Jay-Z will allow me to do that someday because that is some good weed.
Do you ever have a problem with like finding something that you really like in a store and then enough time passes that you go back to get it and you're like, fuck.
Like what?
Like this same product that you just got today. Will you be able to remember how to order it again the next time you go in the store?
I told you, a number 1, 2, or 3. It's very simple. Jay-Z's a visionary. He figured it out. It's not hard.
Going back for the number 1.
Suck his dick, dude.
Somebody has to blow Jay-Z for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Beyonce.
You know it's not. I bet a bunch of people would hopefully say it's not Beyonce.
I bet you there's a couple 100,000 NDAs that'll say different also.
Well, at that level of fame, that's what Monterey believes.
He went to therapy. He changed, and I think that he's in his 50s and that he's probably being a decent man now. People can change.
Is that the camera that will be? I want this look on my face to be on.
That's going to be your thumbnail also.
No.
Yeah, he went to therapy.
Yep.
To get over his need of having his dick sucked.
Yeah, to fill his child. So stupid, Kurt. Kurt, you idiot.
Wow. Are you doing therapy?
No. Well, I was in New York, and I've had a real hard time finding any available therapist anywhere near me.
Do you think that they're available? But
I think there are probably all Adderall dealers that have too much customers coming through or something. Is what I think.
There are so many private doctors in Los Angeles that don't have an examination room. It's just a desk. You just come sit down. They have a prescription pad.
Dude, I'll call a therapist up, and they're like, "Oh, we're not taking any new clients." I'm like, "Oh, excuse. It must be very exclusive therapy."
Yeah.
Do you want to go back to therapy, Kurt?
At the moment, I don't feel any kind of like. I have gone to therapy, and it helped me when I went to it. But I just just hike a lot.
Hiking in sunshine.
Yeah.
And White Claw.
And I have a few claws.
Black cherry to be
back.
specific.
Dude,
don't tell everybody my business.
Sorry.
That's my favorite flavor. Also,
he doesn't want people to know because he's scared if he goes to the Improv that other people are going to order it and there's not going to be enough black cherry for him.
That's not true.
It's very true.
So first you just tell, now you're making lies about me. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
It's very true.
Or you tell
you already lied to yourself about Jay-Z, so I'm not surprised that you're lying about me now.
I believe in people changing. I believe in people taking accountability, and I believe
Monterey
in
grew up a poor person. Now, this is what I understand. There is like a poor person thing where it's like the Mulaney's joke about Trump where he's like, I'm going to have a gold building with my name on it.
Right. Everything's going to be gold.
She basically is one of those hobos from his joke. Well, he's a good man, Mr. Jay-Z. Went to therapy and he don't get his dick sucked
he
no
done
more.
Changed his
and
life.
one day I'm going to be in a big building. But
Yeah.
yeah, poor person. It's like why the lotteries will always be
But
popular.
somebody has to win.
But the average lottery winner goes back to their pre-winning standard of living.
Right, but that's
4
because
years.
they're stupid.
Yeah, if you know how to fucking handle $20, you're gonna be great with 20 million. You suddenly get it.
Yeah.
I would.
Well, I'm sure that you would, but you still, what I think is you're gonna hit a wall where you realize that maybe Jay-Z's therapy didn't do what you thought, and you maybe shouldn't have made a false idol out of a couple that you don't really know. That's all.
I think that
you shouldn't look up to some people you don't know and project your hopes and dreams.
Up to them.
Because that's what that's
I'm not
about.
A rapper.
Yeah.
All women want to hope that no one would cheat on Beyonce, but we have the evidence that it's happened already.
We do.
And once you have it, it's going to continue to happen.
We don't.
And that's why he'll never be a punk like Will Smith. That's why.
They both cheat on each other, but I don't think that
Will Smith cheats on who? Jay-Z? Are you saying
hilarious? It's a hot take.
Yeah.
Clip it.
Let's clip that.
No, but
Will Smith cheating on Jay-Z. You heard it here first.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things where it's like you think that it's not that you just want to believe in people like getting better. It's not.
Well, here's the flaw in that. There's nothing wrong with believing people getting better. It's what is your definition of better? And is it perhaps arbitrary? Right, but what is your definition? Like, you must know fucking rich people that are. Do you know anybody like Jay-Z level? I can't think if I do.
I don't know if
I don't know what that is.
No, he's a billionaire.
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
I don't know any B's. I know quite a few M's, but I don't know any B's.
Yeah, no B's.
I mean, Rogan's not even a B.
I mean, I've had friends who fucked B's, but like.
Okay, do you think somebody like that? Maybe therapy does. As we know, therapy helped a lot of gay men not need to get their dick sucked. So I'm sure it helps with straight men just as well.
Yeah.
But do you think people at top remember Bill Clinton and Hillary they're not even in love, and you mean how all those things you don't get to a level unless you're in some kind of cynical business partnership, and for after years, and you get whatever car you want, whatever you think you're gonna not get your dick sucked because Beyonce's busy, or I don't know what Beyonce does, whatever. But I just don't see it. Especially if it already happened.
But it is possible.
It's possible.
It is possible.
I didn't say it's not possible. I said it's definitely not how that works.
In that case, it's probably not happening.
Dude, somebody would do it just to be. I mean, Jay-Z's still Jay-Z, right? Because Beyonce's huge.
Yeah.
She's still a chick that got cheated on by Jay. So the power dynamic established that even Beyonce will be cheated on. That's the lesson that you don't want to face, I think.
But that no. It's
even
not
Beyonce.
That. No, because that's where it's wrong, because you're thinking that we're like, oh my God, if Beyonce got cheated on, that means all of us are going to get cheated on, where that's the mistake.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying your definition of getting better implies that it's not the natural state, especially for super rich fucking people to go get whatever the fuck they need.
Yeah.
Because they have a very stressful life. Like, I smoke tons of weed to deal with having to write stupid lines for a news program, and I have to read news. So I did my week, and I smoked a lot of weed, but my weed consumption is way up. Mm-hmm. I don't run $1 billion company and a thing that would build up that much stress in my balls.
But not everybody needs vices, and some people do.
Everyone has a vice. Everyone has a vice.
I think that
you don't have a vice.
Learn how to handle them.
Wait, what?
I think some people learn at some age, that's what self-mastery is not having to be dependent.
So you mean not having it, but who doesn't have a vice?
Well, you could have a vice, but you could have it under control, and you can prioritize it.
Okay, well, how's that different from what I'm saying? He's a lot more careful about where he gets his fucking extracurriculars.
Because I think at some point where it's sex isn't the biggest priority.
It's not, but you're still not looking at it from the standpoint of stress relief. I know there's women that are exactly like that too. It's not just a man thing. Mm-hmm. There is no way, because there's no fucking way you're not gonna I'm some poor loser and I wouldn't even not get my dick sucked. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there's
I'd find $1 billion and I'd still be in love with my wife, whatever the fuck. You think I'm not gonna do that? Oh, I'm just me, Jay-Z. I'm just a guy who doesn't. I'm like some fucking dickhead. Whoever was below me in society with his wife wishing he got his dick. Me, Jay-Z. I went to therapy and they made my manhood go away.
There's an argument.
You think that's a thing? No, it's not.
No, There's an argument to be made that you're only as good as your options, right? So whether or not you're going to restrict yourselves from the option, if it's constantly around.
And you don't want somebody who doesn't have options.
Exactly. But can you limit your... It's a self-control thing. And then do you take it from the man's perspective and say it's only transactional and it's not emotional?
Some people do coke, like, do coke once in a while or whatever, like, you know, like... lots of people smoked crack and you never heard about their lives falling apart.
Yep.
And they used crack for years or whatever because they had it under control.
Right.
You know, it's like I don't know. It's all Sopranos. All this shit was in Sopranos. You know, when he tells Tony, take your pleasures where you can.
Yeah.
Uncle Junior. You don't think every rapper takes that to heart?
Get your Friday night girlfriend and then Saturday nights for the wives.
Just think of all the lessons of every gangster movie and think if Tony Montaigne went to therapy and you know. Anyway, I'm just saying there's no, like, it's not a fault of him. It's a fault of what your definition of good and better and what, like, maybe she's busy and can't suck his dick. And maybe she's like, well, you know, do it, but I don't want anybody to know about it, so I'm not embarrassed. Like, you have no idea what they did or talked about.
Of course. You
have no idea if they even fucking went to therapy. Maybe they just made an arrangement and were like, hey, why are we going to fuck our business up? It could be that. Just believe it in their story is and having an idea of what is better or good. You have no idea.
Right. But
no one does.
You.
Right. That's right. Except I doubt. I just, am I crazy here?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking down on Jay-Z in any way for that.
No, I don't think you're judging Jay-Z. I think it's more
I admire him for cheating the first time because it did establish who, you know, Beyonce is like almost gets goddess level. She's very talented.
Yeah, she's
very talented.
Yeah.
And she's worshipped. So it's a very important like thing to go out.
It's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, you get cheated on too, sweetie. That's even the most beautiful, talented woman because it has nothing to do with you.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing.
Right.
It had nothing to do, like, Patrice's joke about what is cheating. You're like, oh, you gotta get some happiness behind your back to preserve your feelings.
Yeah.
It's for you.
It's for
right.
you.
Yeah. I just hate to see it when, you know, a female friend of mine gets cheated on and she goes, what did I do wrong? And it's
Right.
like,
That's it's not about you.
No.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with you. But there are people, I'm not saying there's people who don't cheat on them. I know people like that.
Yeah.
It's all about what's your deep itch and is it getting scratched? And maybe your deep itch is I don't even like women at all. I'm gay and I can't say it. And you're like, is it me? And that's the...
Right.
If you ever accidentally dated a gay guy, you're like, am I not attractive? Or like, and it had nothing to do with you.
I think I inhaled some of your weed.
Yeah.
It might just be vape.
You're getting light.
Clean burning vape.
Is that I think I have the squishier version of that. You got the flume there.
Yeah, I do have a flume.
These are supposed to have more in them than those, but it's smaller than that, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
But it doesn't. That's not going to hit the right part of my prostate when I stick it in.
Right.
You know.
This has other uses.
Another thing you got to cheat to get sometimes. A deep prostate massage with a flume.
They don't do deep prostate massages like they used to.
Who? Woolworths? I just thought of a story.
Do they still have Woolworths? I think I'm having a stroke. I can't say words today.
It's the heat. That's all.
It really is. I'm sorry it's so hot in here, guys.
No. It's
It
okay.
simulates COVID brain in here.
Yeah. I filmed in a house on Sunday in Simi Valley without air conditioning, and we had very large movie lights blasting through the windows. It was 125 degrees. I was in that house for 8 hours.
No.
Yeah. Hip hop video.
Was it? Is it someone that we would know?
Nope.
Nope.
Unless
Why?
you're from Miami.
Okay.
Is it drill rap?
Is it Kodak Black?
His name was Rod Wave.
I don't know who it
Rod
is.
Wave. Okay.
I don't know.
Did you like the music?
I heard the track for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
It was mostly narrative, thank God. So we don't have
Got
to.
it.
Yeah. But yeah, we filmed drive-bys and all kinds of stuff. So I have
Probably drill if it's from Miami and it's all drive-bys. Did you ever look at all the drill rap shit?
No.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Is that the
Every
one
time
they
you hear
told-
about you hear about a shooting, you know, like, oh, a mass shooting. Like, all these places, they got straight up child soldiers that are killing each other, and then they put a song out the next day about How they just did it
in Miami, and they're telling the truth.
Not just Miami. It's still, I guess Chicago is where it started coming out of. I thought
that makes a lot of sense.
But it ain't like 90s gangsta, dude. It's like a Instagram version of it, and like it's crazy, dude.
Is it any good?
Some of it's pretty good. The guy King Von that got killed had it. I like both those songs he had.
Life expectancy in that line of work's a little short, though, isn't it?
It's shorter than a rich person's fucking dog, dude.
Yeah.
Literally, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's drill because I guess you get drilled in your head with a bullet. Is how
that tracks.
Yeah, the one you guys see the video. Oh, you can't really show videos here, but there's one. It's like they used that Vanessa Hudgens song for a while ago to sing about all these guys they killed. Well, watch it because what you're looking at is like, it almost would remind you if you were from some like a bunch of kids laughing and like it's almost like surf music,
really,
but of murder. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, grab your board, we're gonna go and kill this guy.
It's like, shit, just casual murder.
It's like they cut the way they are in the video is like almost Beach Boy, or it's like you couldn't afford skateboarding equipment, so it comes off like that.
What'd you call it? Drill? What?
It's drill. Oh well, it's rap, but it's drill.
Vanessa Hudson drill, but would you say
drill rap? I guess
drill rap.
Listen, I'm not telling you I'm an expert. I'm just a guy.
Oh, I think you know the lyrics.
Yeah, can you sing the whole song for us right now?
No, I can't sing any of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Kurt knows a lot of like random internet stuff. I feel.
I mean, these are things with huge followings that I'm watching.
But there's so many.
Falzone level following.
But there's like stuff like ASMR. There's so many like subcultures now of things that have millions. Yeah, where it's like this is a whole culture. ASMR is a whole culture. Drill rap is a whole. I've never fucking heard of it. Like, and I'm a huge rap fan. Like, I listen to.
If you want to know what the most hood ass thing you can find, it's that.
Okay. Well, there's just all these subcultures. Like, you can't keep up. You just can't.
It's impossible to know everything.
No.
Oh, Google's Google must. So somebody must make sure the search isn't. It should come up on those searches, but it's not.
It's
and I'll
not,
bet
it's not popping up.
That's got to be our people not wanting our song associated with a murder.
Associated with tons of.
I wish I remember
murder.
the name of it. It was like something like it's all like who I smoke, and they just call out names of dudes who they smoke.
I guarantee you, someone will post the link in the comments.
Yeah,
I'm dumb to not remember it because I know you can find it easily, but I just can't remember the fucking name. I don't remember what the fucking rapper's name is either.
Maybe it's the fans will put the link in the description, and everybody can see it from there.
It's not Queso. But it's like a friend of Queso. I can't remember.
It's all right. You did your best.
I really want to hear it. It's a really catchy track. It's better than the Vanessa Hudgens song.
The
Vanessa Hudgens song is kind of for pussies, but this one's like it's like for guys,
Toughens it up a little bit.
Yeah. I look up to those guys.
Would you ever go to a concert?
You're what, 6'5"?
And I look up to these 17-year-old murderers.
Yeah.
Out there,
Yeah.
Do they do live performances? Like, can you
yes.
Well, I don't know.
You guys sound like such old boomers.
Oh my God.
You don't even know about drill rap. First of all, you sound really white.
Guilty.
Just because you got tan from going up Runyon doesn't mean that you can call us white people now.
Well, you called yourself that when you said, I don't know, what's drill?
No, I knew what it was.
Don't even know what fucking drill is.
I just didn't. I'm not familiar with like the artists and like their actual songs.
And you told me the Crips burned down your house when you were a kid. They'd be ashamed of you right now. Those Crips that burned your family's house down, they'd be ashamed of you.
I don't know if they were actually Crips, but my cousin was in a gang.
Oh, wow.
I Googled it. It's the Crips.
Yeah.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, the neighborhood when you said
it.
That's who operated there.
So my cousin was in a gang. He shot 2 kids like for gang initiation. They didn't die. It's fine.
Did he make the team?
What was that?
Did he make the team?
I think so. Yeah. Well, he went to prison right away. But then they came back and retaliated, and they thought that they printed out in the newspaper back in the day, like people would print out their addresses, like it'd be like Kenny who lives at da street.
They would dox everybody?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they came and he was using my grandma's address. My grandma lived with us, and so they burned down our
to the
house.
ground.
Yeah, to the ground.
Everything inside.
Yeah, one of these drill guys' kids got his grandparents got killed by his ops they call it. Your cousin's ops came and burned down your house.
Yeah, but then he got out of prison and he went right back 2 days later because he hit his girlfriend with a crowbar.
Yeah. Did she die?
Yes. No kidding. No, she's fine. I mean, I don't know about anymore.
Did they go to therapy for?
Did he cheat on her or Will Smith?
He cheated on him, Jay-Z, Beyonce.
He did the thing Will Smith should have done.
But yeah, if you look, I've tried to show people like pictures of him, and he looks like such a just complete, I mean, he looks like a rat as a human version in like a no-name like basketball jersey, just like bad jewelry that's like turning his hands green. Like it's just everything. And then he'll just have like four $20 bills in his hand. Like, yeah, man. You're like, that's not enough money to be taking a picture with.
I just realized that Will Smith got treated like some common Beyonce.
Just common, yeah.
But not even as bad, because Beyonce's the one that told everyone about that shit.
Yeah, she made art.
Fucking Will Smith's, what's her name? Jada. She told everyone.
Yeah. Well, did she get caught?
Do you see the power transfer that I'm talking about? So Jada now, and then Will's going to, is that something? Therapy, huh? Will's going to therapy.
Yeah. Do you see his apology?
No, it's so it's just like.
It was 4 months late.
Yeah, but I thought he apologized on
I thought
Twitter
he did. The whole thing's so painful to watch. The sad fucking.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, a massive star like Will Smith reduced to like.
But
ashes.
He's a corny dude. Like if you ever watch him in interviews, like,
I know, but I know
dork.
corny dudes that are not like that. That's still. I know corny dudes that still.
Yeah, but Jada loved Tupac. That was a dude that she wanted to.
I bet she fucked Tupac. I bet she fucking led Tupac on and never broke him off ever, and then went with Will.
I don't think so.
I bet she played both sides against the. I bet she played them both. I'll bet you.
But how do you go from like the realest dude in the streets to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Right.
Because she thinks she's too good for the realest dude in the streets. Okay, but like
no,
I
think she thought that he was making stupid decisions and was reckless, and she was like,
she probably cared about him like as her friend. She probably was just friends with him. She chose Will Smith.
No,
but did she go to
Will Smith because
Tupac was dead?
Yeah, that's what I think. Or because he was making
I thought
stupid decisions.
He was alive when Will Smith was together with her, though.
Yeah, but he was like
they were together
around.
while they were. Yes, they were together.
He wasn't giving her security, so she was like, dude, stop fucking around. Like, if you want to make this work, let's make this work. And he was like doing his own thing. And then so she was like, okay, fine, I'm going to go with this safe dude, Will Smith, which she loved, Tupac. And
you think
Tupac
they dated?
died.
Because I watch a lot of stuff of people talking about that, and none of them said that.
Yeah, because they really just like had respect for each other, like above the industry. So they didn't want their personal business all out there like that. So
you don't know at all?
You don't know at all either.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you watch I watch Art of Dialogue a lot, and the guy interviews Gene Deal, who was the bodyguard of.
They do like the interpretation,
Puff
like based
Daddy.
on like you like your body
interpretation.
not like
not what you're talking.
Oh, what's that?
Art of Dialogue is like a Vlad TV type of show. There's a whole bunch of them, and they talk to all these '90s rappers about, everybody knew who killed Tupac for many years.
Did I know that everybody knew?
Do you know who killed Tupac?
I have no idea who killed Tupac.
It's been known for a while. It was the guy that he jumped at Vegas because the guy was a Crip, and you're not allowed.
Oh, like 2 hours earlier in the night, the guy he beat.
It was the most obvious suspect.
All.
The validated gang member who he beat up. You know the mob. You can't beat up a made man.
Right.
Yeah. Vegas is a very.
How
small
did nobody
town.
put that? Well, it turns out everybody knew it was, but nobody
talked about it.
In the white
because
circles,
it sold
I guess.
so many magazine covers. Of course, they wanted to be this whole entire culture of like, who did it? Oh my God, let's put the fucking documentary out. Let's sell.
Dude, I can't believe how much it was well known, 100% by everyone who.
On the inside.
That's what I'm saying. The Jada Pinkett thing. I feel like they would have, because they had everything about Tupac and who fucked who, and Tupac fucked all their shit. They like. You could see all that. I've never heard that once.
Madonna, right?
So that's why I'm just saying it seems less likely. It's not impossible.
But didn't Tupac's account of $80 million get drained 2 weeks before the Vegas trip?
Oh, you think she took his money too?
I think he's still alive.
Oh.
Really?
I think he went down to Mexico where nobody knows who Tupac is.
I don't think that you do think that.
Okay.
I think you're trying to make a joke out of Tupac. And I think the cameras are all here and saw it.
They got me. Busted.
Son of a bitch. What are you gonna do?
Maybe his mom took his money.
Yeah.
I know so little about this. I shouldn't even try to be part of this.
Or maybe he took his money out and he was like doing some offshore account.
Or maybe the fucking criminal that he worked with took it, who's now in prison.
That's true too. That's a lot of money. $80 million bucks. That just doesn't disappear overnight.
Or a shady manager or something.
No, it's really amazing because you really get to see the, like there was actual Bloods that worked there, and then the older guys moved out and like younger ones came in. They were getting more like pay me now, motherfucker, and it's even like it's fascinating. I can't recommend it enough.
It's all out there if you do your own research.
It is.
I would never do my own research. Like a bad person?
No, for the fans.
Wait, are you telling people to do their own research? I didn't know there's this kind of podcast.
This is a conspiracy theory podcast. She didn't tell you?
Don't do research.
Don't do
Don't be
research.
doing that.
It's illegal in most states. You can't be doing.
Did you ever
research.
have? How old are you again?
42.
Have you ever heard that in your whole life?
Not till recently.
I mean, I've never. It's not like I read it in WWE magazine or something.
Yeah.
It was in Forbes.
Yeah.
That's like,
Forbes is telling me and I quote, "You must never do your own research."
Must never.
must never.
Even as a guy who reads Forbes, I'm not smart enough.
Right.
You can't do
Well, I'm
your
smart
own
enough to
research.
read this article from Forbes to tell me to not research things.
Whose job is it to do the research if we're not allowed to research things?
People that we have to just be told.
Just
the
shut the fuck
information.
up.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, think how many comics you've seen. I could just think of what does this guy do his own research? I can't, and whatever. To say it like with the condescension of like, I can't believe what an asshole you are.
Yeah.
To read things on your own and not just follow a stranger that you've never met before.
It's almost like they're like, I never do that, so I know you don't.
Yeah.
I can't read, so I know you're not literate.
Right. Or they read something on Twitter and they're like, I did my own research. You should try it.
Well, usually people saying it are to get, it's like, if I don't know, going to get on Jimmy Kimmel or some shit. It's still like, if you're in that mode, you're going to have to, you see American History X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Ed Norton goes on the yard and he has to show his fucking swastika tattoo so his people know who he is.
Yeah. First day.
That's like a swastika tattoo that you show to let the right people know.
Yeah.
To show your clique, that's what it is. I don't even think they research it enough to even think about what they're saying when they go do your own research.
They haven't researched the statement of doing your own research.
By the way, don't do your own research unless you would like to have a huge marijuana problem like I have.
Yeah.
That's actually good health advice.
Unless you like to do research, but most people when they just do research, they just Google something real fast and like, oh, that's
You know what the
it
best thing is? Go to a thing where they say the thing that you feel and read that thing and stick with that. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah. Stay in a bubble and only get information from the people that agree with you.
Yeah. Purposely find the things that
It's not a
already
bubble.
are
It's
aligned.
about being like, you want to be at like the table with the good people,
Yeah.
like and I don't believe in God or any kind of thing like that, but like I like to think of it as the right side of history as like a kind of heaven that you go to if you don't believe in God, as long as you do right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you want to land, put it that way.
You want to be remembered on the right side of history.
Yes, so kids in the future can not study or learn or give a shit about you.
Right. And not remember you at all.
And yeah. So the kids in the future can like fuck in class and not learn things.
Well, we won't have any teachers in the future.
We already have a shortage now.
Yeah.
There's a teacher shortage?
Yeah.
Were they dying out like the bees?
I figured out the solution to not only the teacher shortage, but the school shooting problem.
Oh?
When you join the Army and you go through basic training, 2 years mandatory teaching before you get to go out in the field.
Wait. What do you mean get to go before you get to go into combat?
Yeah.
What do you mean get to go into combat?
That's why they join up, right? So like now every teacher...
Oh, good. I can finally get out into live combat.
Who's going to go shoot up a school where every single teacher is military trained by the Marines?
I'll tell you a thing a guy I know who is military said, which I hadn't even thought about. Every time they talk about, we should be, in Israel, the teachers have a rifle on their shoulder. Like, yeah, that's what we want to be like. That'd be great. But he goes, okay, do you understand being in the military, especially in a war zone, like 9/10 of your day is worrying about where your gun is at all times. How's your gun doing? So you want a teacher to teach probably double the capacity of, which should only be 20 kids. The classes are all double or more that.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to keep track of that and a fucking gun. And people are, oh, that's a good idea. It's not. It's not.
I'm not saying
You didn't serve, did you?
I
didn't either.
I almost I sat down to sign my contract with the Marines, and
Yeah.
it was like
You
that's like
did?
this.
You actually was signed.
I had the pen to the paper, and the chair was sitting here facing this way. And he goes, I knew you were going to sign your contract. And I go, really? How did you know that? He goes, because every person that's ever sat in that chair signed up. And I just went, not anymore.
Really?
And I walked out. That's how close
Where
I
was
came.
this?
This was in North Carolina.
Where are you from? Are you from there?
Carolina.
I was born in New York, raised in North Carolina.
Where?
I was born in Kingston,
No, in North Carolina.
Raleigh.
Oh, I lived in Statesville as a kid.
You did? How?
I don't know. A thing
I
called
don't ever
moving.
remember you telling me about
Oh my
North
God.
Carolina.
Well, it's
There's a high probability that if you were born somewhere in New York, you have spent some time in North
Oh
Carolina.
yeah, that's how Buffalo's too.
Yeah.
Like in New York, everybody moves down to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know
just a stopping point on the way to Florida,
To Florida,
when you're
yeah.
going to retire.
I think we went because you get a house for cheaper at the time when we moved
Yeah.
when I was a
You
kid.
still can.
Is there income tax?
Yeah.
State tax?
In North
is.
Carolina, they don't have a.
If you stay out of Raleigh, you can get a house in one of the small towns for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, we had a big fucking house for. I mean, I was a kid, so I don't know what the fuck they paid. But
Right.
I know it was because it was like my dad was a salesman. He wasn't like a fucking
Yeah.
How
my
long
dad
were you
worked at-
there?
fourth and fifth grade.
Oh damn! I didn't know you had a big house, Mr. Aristocrat.
I would definitely be big to you.
They're huge by LA standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. In fact, big to me. Like, I mean, the apartment I get for the cost of your entire studio is like pretty roomy compared to what I would be used to in New York for quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're just paying for the street you're on
Yeah.
Right.
to live in some fucking. That's why I mean about not moving back ever to New York is that
What was the last rent you paid in New York?
2000.
2000. That was 2016.
Probably what I pay now.
But you were in
Like,
Harlem,
I had a
right?
roommate. No, I was in Washington Heights.
Washington Heights. Okay. Yeah.
That's with a roommate.
That's with a roommate.
Oh, 2000 with a roommate?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, wait. Hold on. Shit. Maybe it was 1600 with a roommate.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. But I seem to remember having to pay more than whatever. The point is, even at 1600, I
Right.
get so much more space. For
Absolutely.
Like,
And you get your mountain up here. Hello. And your sunshine.
why are you saying that to me like I didn't know that and have been doing that?
It's like you just
She
realized
goes,
it right now.
hello, McFly.
Yeah. No, because when you were in the pandemic, you weren't getting your sunshine. You weren't
So
getting
was
your
most of
vitamin D.
America. I was hiding from a deadly pandemic.
Listen, I always get my vitamin D no matter what.
You know what we say on the mountain? Leave it on the mountain.
Do you leave it at the bottom or the top of the mountain?
The top.
Top.
That's where people let their dogs shit and don't pick it up.
When you hike the mountain, do you start at the top and hike down?
One
in the
thing
back?
about me, whenever I hike the mountain, I start at the top.
You know, there's that road right up here that'll take you to the top of
Yeah.
Runyon.
I start on the harder side,
Yeah.
where you have to go uphill more, and then the
Yeah.
coming down is like
You can go down the steps.
no.
Kurt's into
You know,
pain.
only if I have time because that's 2 going ups,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go down the steps. But
Yeah.
usually I do the one that's like a mile and a half, and that's the 3-mile one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I've only done that actually a couple times because I go before. Well, whatever. Listen. What was this? Am I being doxxed?
Yeah. We need your address and your social security.
Around noon, show up with.
Yeah. Show up, shirt off.
Now you know where to find Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a little over an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
probably
yeah.
going to cut out like most of me just
cut-
drooling onto this microphone.
Can you cut most of me out of it? And all of Monterey.
Just an hour of me just staring at both of you,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
talking.
yeah.
What's
No.
wrong with that?
Nothing. That's what the
we've
people
been
came to see.
arguing about Jay-Z and Beyonce for
No, I thought that was good. I thought it was also good to not have the camera on Monterey at any point during that time.
Her hand is in the medium shot.
You're just going to hear her voice and see me yelling how it should be. Oh, wait.
I'm going to put just one static picture of you in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
We got to go film this now.
Oh, this is what they're filming.
This is we're doing a new Pussies over Roe v. Wade.
Oh, wow.
That's our
That's hilarious.
that's our resistance.
Have you seen the
Nice.
Pussies thing? It's like basically where they're like male feminists and they are
I'll explain
Michael
it.
and
Thank
Mike.
you, Monterey.
yeah.
It's a role, Monterey. In real life, I'm not a feminist. I'd like to silence you. The character Michael would want to hear you because he's a pussy.
I, Kurt, do
but
not.
me, Kurt, It is valuable for me as an insight to how a pussy would think, listening to you. It's Kyle's had before I started helping him with stuff. He had a thing on his Instagram called Pussies, the podcast about women, for women, by men who support women.
Okay.
With Michael and Michael, and it was his friend who's some actor, and they had a falling out because the guy literally is a pussy in real life.
Oh no!
And he's better than me. He's like, you see him I see him in commercials all the time. He's like a soft. He's not this guy, but the body type of Tim from Tool Time sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like one of those kind of beardy, soft man.
Just soft.
So you put him in a
warm
lot of commercials.
hands, likes to cook.
He's the everyman.
Yeah, so a lot of kitchen stuff commercials or whatever, but they got some falling out because he was really good, and then Kyle didn't believe I could be a pussy.
No, you.
This is how theater. This is how much of a
hilarious.
theater kid Kyle is. I'm like a jock to him of some kind.
Which is not true. Kurt doesn't play sports.
Okay, I would stop.
Yeah, but he's really close friends with the Canadian football team.
Yeah, which is.
I think I played a sport on the edge of life and death a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think I got a little more out of it with that football play than he gets out of a game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Definitely honorary coach status for sure.
Right.
Holding the guy's hand with a boner so he doesn't die.
So
That's
you
the
don't
game.
die.
That's
Yeah.
more than I could do.
No.
I don't think I could do that.
That's what football is a metaphor for.
Duh.
He did the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there for you when you needed him most.
Yeah. He passed the ball.
He didn't let go. He didn't fumble it.
He didn't
He
fumble.
held my hand. He didn't let go.
There you go. But
And
say
you've
the
never
thing.
seen him again.
What?
You've never seen him since.
again. Yeah.
No, he did do a lot of coke.
That's
Well,
how
what
we
is the
know
thing
angels are real.
Sorry. What was the thing that you guys are doing? That you just showed, the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, the new episode of Pussy's about our feelings on Roe v. Wade because Michael and Michael are pretty upset.
Very upset.
You never heard it? I thought you already heard of it. So it's like weird that I brought it up. So I'm sorry to everyone.
No,
No.
I have heard of it.
It's all right.
He's
Doesn't
joking.
matter.
I'm just not a.
Hey, I'm no Mike Falzone, you know?
Now I got to put this out before Mike's episode.
We're
comes
one
out.
of the last 1,000 to use YouTube.
God, I hope they just don't shut it off one day.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
There's too many of us putting content on it for.
Oh, I'm getting a random text. Misha, when did you buy that dress you showed me last night? Don't know who this is.
Thursday. Just say Thursday.
No, I think this is some kind of weird
I
fucking
know,
thing.
but
Is there a link?
Don't look up porn on your phone. That's the lesson I learned.
you have to look up porn on your phone through Twitter.
I don't want to say look up. I just want to know what it is.
Right, what's the definition of porn?
All right, I have to go and do this thing.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you both.
Yeah, thanks,
for coming.
man.
Really appreciate it. Sorry I got too high.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no, you're fine.
I never smoke, so if I'm just even around it, I'm like, wow.
Oh, I did smoke hot box in your studio.
It's all good, man. I just
You always hotbox in my
Jay-Z's
car, and I'm
weed.
like,
Jay-Z's weed,
Jay-Z's
the
weed.
number one, not the 2 or 3, but the one.
the
Well,
number
I haven't
one.
tried the 2 or the 3. The number 1 I just needed.
We'll have to come back and tell us about your review of 2 and 3.
I'm looking. Well, 3. I never want that kind of weed that makes.
Fuck 3. We're not doing 3.
I'm not against it. Listen. Don't start shit with me and Jay-Z. I'm the one that was
You
wrong.
started shit by him and Jay-Z.
I was
said
fucked up.
therapy's not working.
Well, he's coming in next, so
Yeah.
we're going
Okay.
to get to the truth of it.
That weed was so good. There's no way I wouldn't believe it. He gets another Becky with the good hair here and there because of how good the weed was. He is the king.
Well, when I find out what's really going on, I will text you and let you know.
Okay, we got to get to the bottom of this.
Thank you guys both so much for
Yeah.
coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll see you next time, guys.
Okay, bye.